The YouTuber and artist TenHun challenged me and many others to redesign artwork in our own style. Follow along to see how I did it and what the result was. What is going on, everybody? Reese here with Real Kind, and today I've got quite the challenge. So I am part of TenHun's Patreon, and so what that means is that his most recent art challenge, he challenged all of his patrons to participate as well. And so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you guys what I did and how I did it. So the challenge is to redesign a classic artwork in your own style. So with that, there are also two random object wheels. And so he spun them and it landed on deer and shell. So we have to somehow incorporate that into the artwork, which I don't think it'll be too bad, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, other than that, free reign, do it in your own style. So there's not too many limitations. And it also has to be from the 1600s. So yeah. But yeah, let me take you through how I picked the artwork and then how I made it. So yeah, let's go. So after looking through a lot of art, I noticed one thing was pretty consistent in that it was all dark. This was kind of what people call the Baroque period, and so it was very like all the backgrounds are very dark. It's very kind of muted colors, but yeah, so, and it was a lot of like dramatic figures, and that's not really my thing. So I wanted to find something that I could kind of easily translate to my style. So what I ended up doing after looking through hundreds of pieces of art is I eventually landed on the idea of doing a still life. And so, again, looked through a lot and had the idea of making a still life, but make it look a lot less still and, you know, full of life, if you will. So I ended up going with this painting of a vase with flowers. And you can see it right here. But yeah, so I went with this painting. I think it's really well done. It's got a lot more colors than a lot of the Baroque paintings that I looked at. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to translate into my style as we are on a time crunch. So, you know, I don't have all the time in the world. And I think this can be a little challenging, but also still translate to my style. So this is what we went with. Let's get the sketch down, and I will check in with y'all after that. Okay, so we got the sketch done. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool. And so I want to do this with markers and pen. But before we do that, I have these new pens that I got. Just want to try them out. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing, see kind of how the markers work on this paper, because this is some thicker paper I've never used before. Supposedly it's really good for markers. This is what it is. But yeah, so I'm trying it out. We'll see how it works, but I'm gonna play around kind of with how the markers, you know, kind of mess around with it and how they interact with these pens, because if I can use colored pens, I think it would look really nice instead of just all black. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. And then get cracking with all the color on this piece. But yeah, so let's test stuff out and then let's get to coloring. So it kind of almost sits like on top of the paper, kind of almost like I'm using like an actual brush of something, instead of just markers. So, but the way they blend is really interesting. Okay. So honestly, this is not what I expected, but I think this could look really cool. All right, y'all, check this out. We have just finished up the piece. There it is. So, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Honestly, like this, I am not a huge fan of. I think overall it's could have been better, but I'm still really happy with it. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been super fun to make, even if it was a little last minute. Kind of had to rush it a tiny bit. But yeah, I'm still pretty happy with how this came out. Yeah, let me know if you want me to do more challenges like this. I think this was pretty fun. And yeah, but till then, I will catch you guys later and see you in the next video.